Welcome back to the TruGolf Academy. You've joined me, Jon Watts, today at Branston Golf and Country Club. Today's video is all going to be about how to use your legs correctly to make sure you're using maximum ground force for maximum power. Stay tuned to find out more. As mentioned, today's video is all going to be about the correct use of your lower body in the downswing, a really vital part if we're going to generate enough speed, enough power. Today I'm going to demonstrate a drill just using a mid-iron, but this drill would be relevant with any golf club. So you could take this into any movement, and although I'm doing it off turf here, it would work just as well as a driving range exercise. And what we're simply going to be doing, if I get into the drill, is we're going to be placing a ball underneath our trail heel. So for me as a right-handed golfer, my trail foot is my right foot, and I'm just going to be putting a golf ball underneath my trail heel. On slightly soft ground conditions, it sinks into the ground a little bit. That's absolutely fine. On a range mat, obviously it's not going to be moving anywhere, but the drill works just as well. So what we're going to be doing at the start of the downswing is applying some pressure down through our trail foot at the start of the downswing. What I see a lot of golfers do is actually shifting pressure towards the target too quickly. So they tend to get all on their lead side very early and then backing up through the ball. So what we want to try and feel as we start the downswing is we actually apply some force, but actually into our trail foot before it moves into our lead leg. And the feeling will actually be, because we'll be about 80% onto our trail foot at the top of the backswing, you'll feel like you apply more pressure, but you won't be. You'll actually be going back to about 50-50 at the start of the downswing, or even slightly favouring your lead side, but it's a move instead of shifting everything over towards the target. So you're going to feel like you apply some force down through your trail foot onto that ball that's under the heel, as if your trail knee is actually moving out a little bit, just to keep that width between your knees. Now, I've done a couple of videos on a similar subject showing it with a range bucket between my knees or a football between the knees and almost feeling like a drop movement. I'll put some links to those videos in this one because it's got some real relevance to obviously what we're talking about today. Very good and very similar drills just to try and keep that width at the start of the downswing, almost in that sitted position, that squat move, before we start to apply pressure to the left. We want to reach maximum force and maximum pressure into my lead side at impact. I was just teaching a very good young golfer, but he goes to 90% onto his front foot by the time, before even his left arm is parallel on the downswing. So we actually almost, before he reaches P5, he's already at 90% over here and backs up and hits it at about 50-50. Now, still a long hitter, but we could generate even more speed when he's applying that force gradually into that lead side that we really want to see. So the feeling here is that we keep some pressure on the ball underneath our trail foot to about halfway down, and then the lead foot the trail foot rolls inwards towards our lead side. So it's that we apply some force to the ball under that heel, and then we roll off the ball. That's very different to just the heel coming upwards here. It is actually a rolling movement of my trail shoe and foot here towards the target. And that's the feeling we really want to try and create. So I'm going to jump straight in to try and hit one or two. Now, I'm probably best leaving the ball here and moving this one that I'm going to hit around me, just so I'm roughly the right distance away. If you're on the driving range, maybe do it off a small tee peg, just so you've got a constant ball position if you're doing this drill a few times. So I'm just going to get that same sensation of keeping the pressure. It feels like I keep my pressure on my right side longer. Again, with momentum, the force is definitely starting to move. The pressure is definitely starting to move towards my lead side. We just want it to be a bit more gradual. So I feel like I stay more on my right side as a feeling, and then roll that foot inwards off the golf ball is the sensation I want to get. Let me go ahead and hit just a 7-iron here. I'm going to do it at a nice slow pace to start with. So I got that same sensation that I was keeping that pressure on that right side a little longer, and then moving into my left side, but moving as one, not shifting all over there and then backing up. And definitely not staying on my back foot the whole time. As I said, I want to reach, I want to, the left arm parallel on the downswing here. I want to be 60 to 70% onto my lead side, 80, 90. We just don't want to go 90 to start with. So that's that feeling. Let me give it one more go with the ball under the heel here. That's the movement I want to try and create. I'm going to put a little bit more speed into it. Still not a full pelt, but getting the divot occurring after impact, definitely feeling like I'm staying over that right side a little longer before starting to shift pressure towards my lead side. If we can use our legs correctly, it's really going to help us use maximum ground force. Remember, it's not a case of shifting our pressure towards the target as soon as we can. We want it to be more of a gradual movement. I heard that Justin Rose was doing something very similar to this and actually was able to gain up to 6 miles an hour. I think his average was 3 to 4, but could gain 6 when he was doing it really well on the best shots there by being a bit more gradual into his lead side. This was a couple of years back. But something he had worked at, again, using force platform data like my body track that I use here when I'm coaching. And understanding your shift of pressure is vital if we're going to be generating maximum speed. This drill really gives you that same sensation. So give it a go. Let me know how you get on. Any questions, any comments, please post them below. Any videos you'd like to see, it's great to get in touch via just some comments below or on social media. Thanks, guys. We'll see you soon.